And today, really hadn't asked us any questions, but I just want to kind of introduce us, and and just kind of, we need to talk to you about a case. You agreed to come in and talk to us. I appreciate that. I know it's kind of, the way we approached you.
I asked them, and you're detained, and I'm like, okay.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you agreeing to come in and talk to us today. We're just going to basically talk about just some history. Your cell phone, do you have it with you?
No, it's at my house.
At your house, and what was your home address?
2206 100th Street.
And what kind of phone is it?
That's a Samsung 4. No 4. No 4.
And do you know your phone company? Is it AT&T or is it Sprint? Okay, and do you have any children?
Yes, I have 2.
Okay, what are their names? And who's the mom to the children?
Jennifer Cruz.
And how long have you known her?
I'm 29, so I've known her since I was 15, 14 years.
And she's mom to both the children? Does she have any other children?
No, I was with her for 12 years.
12 years. And the reason that you're here today is that we do want to talk to you about Jennifer. We went to her house today and early this morning, and she was found deceased in her house.
No.
Yes, and that's why you're here. We need to talk to you.
That's not true.
Give you that information.
No. What?
And we just kind of want to talk to you about, y'all's relationship, how long you've known her. You're not in custody. You're not under arrest or anything. You don't have any warrants or anything. Since we are usually we talk to the person closest to them. I do need to read you some information for us to continue talking, okay? And I know you probably need some time to kind of process it. Because I know you're probably going to want to know some information, and we can give you some information, and then you maybe help us with this case, okay? Do you understand? And we'll just go through some history with you, okay? Let's get through this so we can get through some more, okay? Get some more, maybe we can figure out some of them. Maybe you can answer some questions for us about what was going on in her life, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Do you knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily waive these rights and wish to speak to us now?
I speak to y'all now.
Okay. Let's kind of go through. You said you've known her all your life, right? Let's kind of go through that, okay? How did y'all meet? And just take your time, okay? We're just here to try and get this all figured out, okay?
I think it was at a quinceañera.
How old were y'all?
I think I was like 14 and she was like 12, I think. I think I was like a year old.
Did y'all meet her in Lubbock?
No, she's from Ralphville, and I'm from Edo. We're friends at first. And then we kind of got together like a year later after we would see each other around like at quinceañeras and parties and stuff like that. And I've known her for a long time. I can't remember. I know it was at a quinceañera.
Okay. So y'all dated, and through school?
Yeah. Well, I'm not too sure. I think I was maybe 17. I think when we started dating. I think we were friends for a few years. About 3 years. Two or 3 years.
When did y'all start living together? Or did y'all get married? Were y'all ever married? No.
Or 19 or 18. She was living with her mom because I had went to jail. I think when I was 17, she was pregnant with my daughter. I went to jail because my brother had got raided, and I happened to be there at the wrong place at the wrong time. And I spent in jail for 4 months. I got out when I was like in January, around when I turned 18, like on February 16th or 6th. And I had my daughter in May, February, so she was about 6 months. She was 6 months with my daughter. She was 6 months with my daughter. And then I got out, I had to get my license, and I had to hurry up and get a job, and they took my truck away, and that truck that it got impounded. And they gave it back, so I went right away and started working.
Were y'all living in Lubbock, or were y'all living in Meadow?
No, we didn't start living in Lubbock till I think it was 2005. I think we started living in Lubbock. I'm not too sure. It's been some history. I think it was 2005 or 6. We moved up here in Lubbock. But her mom didn't want to let her go. She didn't want her to live with me. We had to freaking force her out, you know, because she was 17 and I just turned 18. And I wanted to take care of my daughter. I wanted her to be with me, you know. I was working nights back in 2004. Then I think she lived with me and my mom for about a year in Meadow. I used to live in Meadow still. We found a little house right there on I-27, but it used to be called you know that restaurant El Charro? Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I used to live on that one way, me and her in a little blue house. It's white now. We used to live there. And then from there, we stayed there for, I think we got there in 2006. And I think we lived there for like 3 years. We were looking for a house, that house that we had, that we had for sale. And whereas we stayed with my mom for almost, I think, a year. Where my mom's at right now. So we can look for a house. And we got out of that rent home. We stayed with my mom for about, I think, almost a year.
Where did your mom live at that time?
Same place she lives at right now.
And where's that at?
South Loop 289, apartment B, 207. She's still living there.
Where are your children today?
They're with her.
South Loop apartment what?
207. They wanted us. They always want to stay with her. So. Because we're supposed to go to Dallas, I was going to take them to the zoo. And
this weekend?
Yeah, and then my daughter calls me all of a sudden. She has a baseball game. I don't know if it was a baseball game or something. I told her, I don't know if we still might go though. And I decided not to go because I didn't want to miss it. It was a scrimmage, I think, for her. And yeah, we ended up going. I had my stuff packed in the car, and I already had their clothes packed. And I was like, I'll pick you up in the morning.
To go to the zoo?
Yeah, I was gonna take me to the zoo again. I think me and Jennifer went when we were together. That was like 2 years.
So, when you said you lived with your mom, and y'all lived with your mom for about a year there at apartment 207, then where'd y'all move from?
Like that house that she was in, we were trying to sell.
Do you remember the address?
5011 44th Street.
So y'all bought that house together?
Yeah, we bought that house together.
How long ago did y'all buy that house?
I can't remember. I think 2010. I think it was 2010.
And you're talking about having your children this weekend. Kind of describe what happened in y'all's relationship. Do you have legal custody? Who has
I have
legal
joint custody.
You have joint custody?
And she had mandatory or whatever. I left her. I left her in August. Into August. I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy with my job. And I was always miserable.
So you ended the relationship?
Second time, after we tried a second time.
So the first time was in August. When was the second time? Or what?
This was the second time in August. The last time. I can't even remember. We never really split up like this. Out of the 12 years, we've only split up twice like this. And I think it was only for 3 months. And we got back together.
So y'all mainly split up because you weren't happy with your job and just this.
I was miserable. Coming home, I was working like 16-hour shifts. So I was miserable with myself. Working too much. That's all I did. I never got to see my kids much because, I was like 5:20 in the morning all the way to like 9 at night.
Where were you working at then?
Also working for Loomis Armored as a truck guard.
And what are the qualifications for that? What was the job duties?
It was an ATM tech, and we would deliver money to the banks and like Walmart and stores.
So it's an armored truck?
Yeah,
the armored truck?
Yeah, the armored truck.
And was she working? Was Jennifer
Yeah,
working?
she was working too. We were both working. Our house was getting expensive.
Where was Jennifer working at that time?
I think she was working at now, Precision Line.
What did she do? What did she do there?
She was a phlebotomist, and I was putting her through college. That's what made it harder, because there's times where she worked part-time. I had to work even more. The house was expensive. She wanted a new car. I would buy her a new car.
What kind of car did you buy? Does she still have it, or?
Bought her a 2010 Impala. She told her that someone hit her. Someone hit her, and they got totaled, so they paid it off. And I was letting her use my car, that Dodge.
The red Dodge?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of car is that? Dodge
Avenger. And then I had this little red car that I would take to work. Well, she was driving that at first, and she's like, she didn't want it no more because it was, it was a little 95 Geo Prism. I was like, we'll get you a new car. And she drove in, and someone hit her, and they told her that. And then I got back in that little red car, and I was letting me use my Dodge. Then when I paid off my Dodge, I ended up getting that truck. We're split up. We were split up when she called sign for me. She helped me get my truck.
Which truck is that?
That black Cadillac. I think I've had it for like 2 years.
What's her car right now?
Huh?
What car does she have right now?
She has I don't even know what it's called. Kia. It's a Kia.
What color is it?
It's like a soda, like charcoal. Charcoal guy. She just barely had got it. I was letting her use my car when we were split up.
Y'all split up in August? The red car, the Dodge Avenger?
Yeah, I just let her borrow it. Just use it until you get yourself a car. And she had wrecked that Impala. But I had sold that little red Geo Prism before she wrecked it, so we're like, crap, I don't have a car. She didn't have a car, and I was like, just use it until you get one.
Because she needs to get the kids to school and to learn.
Yeah.
So how were the arrangements with the children? How did that? Did y'all just have a verbal agreement, or did y'all have a court order?
Yeah, we went to court. She was upset because I left. She was upset. She didn't know what to do. She was lost. She was scared.
Where did you move to did you move to the address you're at today?
Yeah, my friend Ruben. Yeah, I've known him. Because right now where I'm working at, I used to work there years ago. I can't even remember when I went from Brandon and Clark to Loomis.
So y'all would, what was the arrangements for?
Well, I had to take her to court because she was upset. She was trying to get me for 2 years back pay. All the restrictions were like, I had so many restrictions, and I was like, no, those are my kids.
What were the restrictions?
Man, she would be able to move anywhere she wanted to. There's certain days that you can go to. I think it was on the weekend, every other weekends, and Wednesday maybe. I don't know. It wasn't that much.
So that was what was first decided, or that's what the
that child support office did me. They did me wrong. I was like, no, I want my kids. Shoot.
When was this? Was this in August, or was it here recently?
No, it was. We're doing good, and I don't know what happened to her. She got upset, and I was helping her. I bought my kids school clothes, shoes, whatever they needed, I'd buy it. I was working in the oil field at that time. I guess she wanted more money, and I was like, well, dang, And I guess she wanted more, so she decided to take me
give me on child support, and I told him, he was like, no, I was like, I want joint custody of my kids. So I had to get a lawyer, and then he's like, the only way you're going to get joint custody is you go down to a 40-hour job, you know, from 8 to 5. I can get you that joint custody. Other than that, you and the whole film, so you'll get whatever they give you, and that's it. And I'll take away all that back pay because I've been with her for years. I mean, we've only split up like twice out of the 12 years.
So did you go through with an attorney and get 40 hours?
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now, running the park, and I'm able to pick them up after school. I've never had that chance to do it. Never had that chance to drop them off at school or pick them up. I've never had that chance.
When was all that paperwork taken care of with your attorney? Has it been?
No, it was November. It was in November.
November of 2014? Or?
Yeah, November 2014.
Because you had broken up in August?
Yeah, we're doing good. I think she wanted more money. And I started slowing down, and I was like, shoot, I'm only making so much a week, or every 2 weeks. There's times where I would work 1 week and not work 1 week, and it's just like, that's how I am right now. I'm like struggling right now. That's why I run a little mobile watch thing here and there. But
And when did y'all put the house up for sale?
I can't tell you.
Was that recently or?
No, it was a few months ago, I think. When she had put me on child support, she said, let's just sell the house.
Because we're in April, and you said you got the paperwork finalized in November.
What, the child support?
The child support.
I think it was like November, December, I think. I can't tell you. It's one of the months, I believe. I started paying child support, I know for a fact, in January. Yeah. So around that area, it was maybe December, because it took a while. It took about 3 weeks. It might have been like December or something.
Describe y'all's relationship when it was good. Whenever y'all, did y'all ever, did the police ever have to come to your house? Was there ever any police reports filed in Brownfield or Meadow or anywhere where y'all lived? Or here in Lubbock?
Never. I've never heard her. I've never hit her. I've cheated on her a lot when I was younger. I hurt her real bad doing that. Then I stopped like when I was 26. I think I was 25, 26. I started getting older, and I was like, man, I can't be doing this to her.
Did y'all never argue? Never had any?
We argue here and there, but it would never be physical. Never. I'll never hit her. Never hit her. Ever.
Did y'all ever have to call the police to y'all's house?
Mm-mm. The only time she had called them is when we were split up and I was trying to get my stuff, and she wasn't letting me get my stuff, and I got upset and I broke my TV because she didn't want to give me my TV. He was like, well, you can have it. And I'm like, but other than that, he let us go. I'm like, I'm just here to get my stuff. I still got stuff over there. I still got tools. I still got painting stuff. I still got my car out there. My car in the back. I still have my gun out there.
What kind of gun was it?
It was a Glock 40. I think it's still in the little container.
What color container was it in?
It's black.
Do you remember where you left it in the house?
It's in... I know I took my shotgun, but I left that behind. I don't know why. I think it's Because I stopped working for Loomis, that's when I was carrying it out of that technician license. I think it's where the air conditioner unit's at, I think. I don't know if it's still there.
Is it a closet? Or are you talking about a closet? Or?
Yeah, it's like a little, it's a little two-door, and I think I had it right there. I think I had it stashed. Because there's a water heater there, and there's the AC unit. I think I had it in there. I had the lock on it. Yeah.
Did you have a combination lock, or did it
No,
have a lock?
I think I had the key. I think I had a key. I'm not too sure. I haven't used it. It's been a while.
Did she know where it was at?
No, I wouldn't tell her where it was at. Not that I know of. She might, because she went through the whole house, because she had to start painting the house back to this color. So I don't know if she might have ran into it and maybe sold it, or
You don't know.
no
Don't
telling.
know.
Because she started painting that room, her room. She's like, well, the only way we're gonna have to go sell this house is we're gonna have to paint the whole house. I'm like, because I had painted her room blue, my daughter's pink, and the hallway green. And I had it all different colors. And so yeah, I don't know. I had that there, my car, a little bit of tools there. Just a little bit of supplies like tape and other stuff, painting stuff. I'm like, man, I'm not too sure what. I had a lot of stuff still there in the back room.
Yesterday was Friday. Did you work on Friday?
Yeah, I washed 2 cars, right? No, I didn't wash that. Thursday I washed 2 cars. Yesterday I was with my kids at my house.
So when did you pick up the kids?
I picked them up right after school.
On Friday? Okay.
Where did they go to school at?
Right there by her house on Stewart. I picked them up Thursday.
Oh, Thursday?
Yeah, I get them every Thursday. I picked them up Thursday because Jennifer texted me. It's like, well, they're gonna give me a fine if you don't pick up your car. I'm like, crap. I don't know if y'all seen that car in the back. And I was like, okay. It was like, I don't got a trailer, but because the tarp was blown off, and they're gonna give her a fine. So I went over there Thursday. I went to the back alley and I kind of just went in there. And I had a blue tarp. It was just like, man, it was there. So I pulled it all out and threw that blue tarp in the trash. I had that gray one, and I kind of covered it a little bit. I was supposed to pick it up either today or tomorrow, so she don't get fined.
Okay. So Thursday, what time did you pick up the kids on? You said you had the kids on Thursday?
Yeah, they get out at 3:20.
You said it's Stewart Elementary?
Mm-hmm.
And then were the kids in school on Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you
My
took
mom, like, I go in at 6 so I can get off at 3 in order to get them. So I have my mom take them.
on Friday morning?
Yeah, Friday morning. So I'm able to get out at 3 and go pick them up. That's the only way I can do it.
Okay. So,
'Cause I usually go in at, it's supposed to be 7 to 4. But I told my supervisor, I don't have to go in early to get off early and get my kids.
so did the children spend the night with you or with your mom on Thursday?
Well, my mom.
With your mom? That way she could take them to
Yeah,
school, you could
then
go
I
ahead
get
and go
them.
to work. Okay. And so you were at home on 100th Street on Thursday night, and then you go to work until 3
Mm.
on Friday. You go to work 6 to 3, and then at 3:30 or at 3:20 you pick up your
Yeah.
2 children.
Yeah.
Okay. After that, what y'all do after that?
Went to Walmart.
Okay, which Walmart did y'all go to?
The one on South Loop 89.
About what time were y'all there?
And I want to pour gas. 4 maybe?
So right after, pretty much.
Yeah.
What vehicle were you driving at the time?
The Dodge.
The Avenger?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So you got gas at the little Murphy's USA fuel deal there at Walmart?
No, I think from school I went to the Easy Mart on 50th and I don't know what street that is. It's Red Slide and other. I think I went there. I'm not too sure.
On 50th and Slide, you were that?
Yeah, because I was debating on going to Wall. No, because my son wanted a toy because he helped me wash 2 vehicles Thursday. And he's like, Dad, you gonna give me a toy? I had passed the Walmart so I could come back and I had to buy some proof for my daughter and when they stay with me. And I had to buy her some hairspray.
So, did you put...
I told him because where's that? Well, I think we're gonna go to Dallas. We're gonna go to Zoom. And she didn't tell me anything till the last minute Friday night. She called me. What time she called me? She called me late. And I was like, no, we're still gonna go. And she got upset. So I decided not to go.
This was on Friday?
Friday night. I think she called me. I know it was late, like 10, 11 maybe.
Like last night?
Yeah, last night.
Where did she call you from?
From my mom's. They wanted to stay because I wanted to take them with me. I'm like, no, we're already here. And they already had their bags of clothes ready there because Jennifer drops them off. Because the way it works is I picked them up Thursday right after work. Then like later on Jennifer would drop off the clothes with my mom. So they're already there when my kids get there, so my mom did some writing Friday, they go straight. They're still there, their clothes.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, it's like, well, y'all's clothes packed and already. And she's like, I'm gonna stay with grandma.
And she had a baseball game? Or what was it that she had?
I think the scrimmage she has, I'm not too sure when today. She gave me the time.
Who does she play with, the school or is it
No.
a team?
A team. She just had started, but I really don't know too much about it because Jennifer put her in, her and my son. So I really don't know the schedules. Like,
That's okay. That's okay. Do you remember now that you did get gas?
Yeah, I did
Walmart?
get gas, but not at Walmart.
Okay.
I
But
think
you
it was
went into Walmart?
Yeah, I went into Walmart at it.
About what time was that?
I think it was at 4.
4.
Because from 3:20, I think I went straight to the gas station.
And it's an Easy Mart somewhere on 50th near Slide?
Yeah, I think it was Easy Mart. Yeah, it was Easy Mart, yeah. Yeah, it was, because...
What side of the road is it on?
If you're going west on 50th, it'll be on the right.
It's that big one by the park?
The new one?
Yeah, the new
Okay.
one. Yeah,
I
yeah.
know what you mean.
Chicago. 50th
Okay.
in Chicago.
I remember
Past
because there's a real nice Camaro there.
Yeah.
Me and my son were checking it out. Yeah, from there, then that's when I went to Walmart and I had to get some mouthwash. My daughter has I had to get her some hairspray and some soap, and I had to change my oil so we can go to Dallas.
So you changed your oil there?
No, well, not change my. I bought the oil. I changed my own oil,
Okay.
and then we came home and I changed the oil. Then me and my son were washing my car outside, And then we went to my mom's and ate.
What time did y'all go to your mom's to eat?
Shoot, I couldn't think. I was washing my car for like, shoot, it was nasty. I don't know.
Was it still light out?
Yeah,
or was
I think it
getting
was
dark?
7:50.
Okay. 7:50?
I think it was around there. I know there was still light. Still light.
So you go over and drop them off at the apartment, or that mom
no.
comes over?
Well, my mom usually cooks for us. She made some tacos for us.
Okay.
Yeah, we're out there.
How long were y'all out there?
They stayed there.
Was it just you and the two children that went, or?
No, yeah, it was me and my kids, and my mom was there, and my brother was at work. His girlfriend was there.
What's her name?
Marie. I think it's Marie.
And what's your brother's name?
Alfonso.
Alfonso?
Alfonso.
Does Alfonso live with your mom?
Yeah.
How old is he?
Born in 91, I think.
Do you know Marie's last name? Does she live there also? Or is she just visiting? She does live somewhere. What's your mom's name?
Linda Fuentes.
Do you have a phone number for her?
She got a new number. I really don't.
Okay.
I just click and.
And who else besides Marie and Alfonso live with Linda?
Just them two.
Just them two. Where's your dad? You don't have one. So how long did you stay at your mom's house or apartment?
I don't know. I think I ate. We ate. We talked a little bit. I couldn't tell you what going on. I know it was dark.
When you left?
Yeah. And I went home. And I've been sick and I was taking some medication. And I was just dozing off and I was talking to my girlfriend.
Who's your girlfriend?
Her name is Maddie.
Is she the girl that's up here?
No, that one's a friend.
And what's your girlfriend's name? Again? Maddie? Or
Mandy
Mandy?
Rodriguez. She's not from here. She's from Odessa.
Okay.
She live in Odessa right now? Talking with her on the telephone?
Yeah.
What's her phone number?
All I know is the area code 438.
So when you started talking to her, is that the time you got home, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you talk to her at all while you were at your mom's? Anything you remember?
We were texting back and forth. She was upset.
Why was she upset?
She was trying to get a car. And she couldn't, no one was ever proving her. She ain't got no credit. So we kind of got in an argument. Not an argument, she got upset. She was giving me an attitude. And there with my mom talking to her, and then I went home. And I didn't text her. We were texting back and forth, and we were kind of arguing. And we kind of just blew it off. Like later on, we started talking again, texting. She was very upset. And I was trying to tell her, what's going on? Are you okay? What's wrong? She got upset doing that. So there's times where she was texting me. I just didn't want to argue.
So how long did y'all go back and forth, you know?
Shoot, all night.
Did you ever leave the house? Did you leave the house at all?
Nah, we're going back and forth, and I fall asleep, and then she would text me, she would call me. Because I told her I was going to Dallas, and I think she got upset. She got more upset. She got jealous. So.
Who's the young lady that was at the house today? What's her name?
Her name is Jennifer.
What's her last name?
I don't know.
How do you know her?
Facebook.
Facebook.
She's a real good friend. She helps me out. She helps me when I'm down, when I'm sick. So.
Do you know her last name? When did you start talking to her?
Man, like maybe a month. That's why I'm like, because her Facebook name is actually Faith, Hope, Love or something. And I know she gave me her last name. But man, I forgot it. I know her name is Jennifer though. But
That's okay, she's here, so we'll get her.
She's a real good friend. Like I've only known her for so long, but she's there. She's there.
Was there anyone else? So you're going back and forth. You said talking to your girlfriend, Mandy. You said that who was at the house at that point? Was there anyone else at the house?
I think Ruben was there. I think Ruben was asleep. Yeah.
Anybody else?
Mm-hmm. It's just usually me and him live there.
Okay.
And when I have my kids, he don't have his kids. It's opposite. So.
Okay. So when did Jennifer go to your house? Because she was here this morning. So when did she arrive at your house? Do you remember what time?
Man, I think it was like 3 or 4.
In the morning?
Yeah, because she had texted me too, and I don't know what's the deal with her. She's going through a lot. And she was texting me back and forth. She was saying something that she's in her feelings. So I was like, you can come over and we can talk about it or whatever. And then she came over like later on.
You thought, what time did you think she arrived at your house?
Man, I don't know. I was asleep when she came over. It was late. 3.
3 in the morning?
I think. Not too sure. I don't know. I think it was about 3:30. We were texting back and forth, and she was just depressed. And like, man, she ain't got no job, and she has 5 kids. And it's just like, she's living with her mom. So I was like, you can come over if you want. So she didn't arrive till like later. I don't know when it was. Might have been like 3:30.
Okay. Was there, and it's Ruben that lives there too? He didn't have any friends over or anything?
No.
Did you talk to him throughout the evening?
When we were washing my car, and I think he fell asleep like early, like he got there and I didn't see him since.
Kind of describe your house, the inside, like the arrangements that y'all lived together for almost, how long, 6 months or so?
Yeah, since August. He's
You
actually.
have your own bedroom, or how does
Yeah.
that work?
I have my own bedroom. And it's a 4-bedroom, 2 bath, 2-car garage. He's really helped me. If it wasn't for him, I'd be on my mom's couch.
So you have your own room? And the other 3 rooms, who do they belong to? One belongs to Ruben.
Ruben, then his daughters. And then he has another room has a weight room, I guess. He's a real good friend. If it wasn't for him, I'd be on my mom's couch, like I said. I haven't been able to pay rent make is $200 a week after your child support is taken out.
So, when you get home from your mom's house after eating, you go to your room, you said?
Yeah.
And you're communicating with Mandy over the phone. Are you at the same time communicating with the lady from Facebook, Jennifer?
Mm-hmm.
No? You're mainly just talking to
Yeah,
to
mainly talking to her. She would text me here. I'm not too sure if she texts me here and there. I'm not too sure. I don't think so.
Were you actually on the phone with them, or on some of them just texting?
It was texting and then on the phone because she was with her brothers and she was eating and.
And who are we talking about right
We're
now?
talking about Mandy.
But she's in Odessa, so she wasn't anywhere near you. And you're saying from the time that you got home, started calling Amanda, you never left your house until the police got.
Mandy.
Mandy, I'm sorry.
We're just texting back and forth, and I kind of dozed off, and she'd call me. Cause I'm on some. I've been getting sick. I got sick again.
Did you go anywhere after you got home, and the time that we knocked on the door?
No.
From the time you got home from eating at your mom's?
I think I might have threw a cruise, but here and there, but I don't think from there I was just too tired.
When you say through a cruise, what do you mean by
Just
that?
ride around. Just
Do you remember where you went?
Just around town. I was going I was actually going to go to my friend's because he wanted me to go out. I was like, nah, I feel like crap.
Did you talk to him before you go to his house?
Yeah, well, because I told him I'm going to go to Dallas, and he was like, man, I'm going to go too.
What's his name?
Jose.
What's his last name?
Nieto.
I'm sorry?
Nieto.
Nieto? So what time did you talk to him?
I know I talked to him when I was at my mom's too, around 8. Because I told him I helped him the other day move some stuff. And so I can put my car that's in the back of my yard, I can move it there. He's a real good friend. And we're talking back and forth. I want to go to Dallas. He's like, oh, I want to go. It's just going to be my kids. I'm not going to go out. He said, we'll go. And he decided not to go. And that's when I was like, I'm not going. I was like, screw it. I called him. He wasn't going to go either. So I was like, I guess it's life.
So about what time did you get in your car to cruise around?
I don't know, 11. And then I came home.
How long were you out?
Only for like 30 minutes, I think Ruben, when I got home, Ruben was like knocked out, he had all the lights off.
In his room? Was his door closed, or?
Yeah, he was at the closed.
So you didn't see Ruben?
No,
You didn't see anybody?
no, usually when his kids are there.
This is about 11 to 11:30.
Yeah.
And which car did you go riding around in?
To Dodge.
The Dodge.
The truck, I only use it to run that mower. Here and there.
Did you go anywhere else? What area were you riding around in?
Where did I go to? I think I went on the loop.
Which loop? What part of the loop?
On the south loop.
South loop?
Then I went down, Slide, or no, Slide. Quaker.
Where were you going?
Just riding around. That usually kind of helps me. I've been stressing. I've been able to pay my bills, been able to pay Ruben. And I know I haven't been able to pay him in months.
So it's kind
Who
of.
were you talking to when you're riding around?
Mandy.
Mandy? So you're still talking to Mandy
Yeah,
during this
yeah,
time?
we're still back and forth. Yeah, we're still back and forth. Then I went back home.
But you don't remember how long you were out for 30 minutes? You don't
Yeah,
remember did you go by anybody's house?
Mm-hmm. Just to close.
Because you started mentioning that Jose Nieto, that what is he?
Yeah, he lives on I didn't go over there. He was eating when I called him. Because I was going to go to his house, and he was like, oh, I'm not even there yet. So he was eating, so I was like, man, screw it. I went back home. And that's when we were talking. He's like, well, come later on. I was just too tired. And I think I just went around the loop, and that's it. Just something real quick. I was just stressed.
But you think you only rode around for 30 minutes?
Yeah, just only a little bit.
You said that you might have taken a couple cruises. Is that was there any other time that you left the house?
Mm-hmm.
Just between, so you eat at your mom's, you come home, Ruben's there, but you don't really talk to him after that.
No, I didn't.
His door's closed most of the time. So then you go on for about from 11 to 11:30 around that time. You're still talking to Mandy on the phone. You're riding around still, and then you go back home. You still don't see Ruben; he's asleep. And then you don't know exactly where you rode around to, but you didn't stop by anybody's houses or anything like that. Any of your friends?
No, not nobody. I really don't have much friends.
Okay. And then you didn't leave the house after this 11:30?
No, because I was just in bed and I was feeling sick. I was taking sick again.
So are you still after 11:30? When do you start talking to the lady that's here? Have you already started talking?
She had texted me around 2.
2 in the morning?
I think. She texted me at 2. She's like, I'm in my feelings or something. I'm like, oh my gosh. She's like, you ain't the only one. And we're texting back and forth. I was like, man, I'm tired. I was like, I just want to go to bed. I haven't been able to get sleep.
Then she shows up about 3:30.
Around there.
And did she have anybody with her?
Mm-hmm.
No. Shows up by herself.
Yeah.
And then did you talk to anybody else after that? She just comes in.
I talked to Jose. And I
What
was like,
time did
man,
you
we're
talk
not.
to him?
I think it was around 3. I said, nah, man, I'm not gonna go. My daughter has a game, and I wanted to get out because I've been stressed.
What are you stressed about?
Making $200 a week and stuff. I have to go donate blood, and it's hard to pay my bills and try to feed my kids. I can't even buy them clothes, or I can't even buy myself clothes.
You think that's fair?
I don't know. Me, I'm the type of man that if I can't afford it, I'm gonna go get it. That's why I started that mobile wash.
That's what I was going to ask you. So you wash cars as a side job?
Yeah.
You get cash?
Yeah, just cash. My son, my kids help me. They help me, and I pay them, and whatever I make, I have so much. I'm supposed to be paying Ruben $400 a month.
How long have you known him?
I've known him for years. Because this is the second time I've been to Brandon Clark. And I've known him.
So he works there too?
No. He works at Rager Dykes on Mitsubishi. And I've known him for 2008, maybe. I'm not too sure. That's where I first moved in. Me and my ex split up. I moved in there. And she never paid me. She never added me on child support because I was doing the same thing. I was helping her with everything. I was helping her. If she needed this, I'd get it.
But when was the last time you spoke to Jennifer Cruz?
I think it was Thursday.
Did you talk to her face to face, or did you
On
talk
the
to her on
phone.
the phone?
Yeah. She was saying something about her new boyfriend. I guess he got out of prison or what. He's been threatening me. And I told her, you need to tell him to stop already, man. I was like, he messaged me saying that I requested his mom on Facebook. I'm like, I don't even know your mom. I don't care. It was like, me and Jennifer have been split up already since August, so I don't know how long that is. And that's good for y'all. Yeah, we might have had some words. He threatened me with a gun, and I'm like, well, I got guns too, but I was trying to
When
scare.
did he threatened who with a gun?
He did.
He threatened you?
Yeah.
How did he threaten you? Was it on
On a
face to face?
No, messenger. And
Through Facebook?
yeah,
or?
through Facebook. I told him I got a gun too, and I posted. I just gave him a little picture of my old gun when I had one of my old pictures.
Of the 40?
Yeah, the 40. And I wasn't gonna do anything. I was like, man, just leave me alone already, man. And then he texted me the next day. Why are you requesting my mom? I was like, I don't know.
So he actually sent you a text message?
No, Facebook.
Facebook?
And that's when I called Jennifer and I was like, hey, what's going on here? I was like, what are y'all doing? I was like, what is this problem? I mean, come on. I don't know the guy. Yeah, I know he's from Brownfield.
Do you know his name?
Bo, I think, Martinez. I don't know his real name. And all I know, he was a drug dealer, I guess, a big-time drug dealer. And
How long have they been together?
it's crazy because me and Jennifer were having relations, I guess, you would say, about a month ago. She would come to my house, or I'll go to her house, we'll do what we do. So I didn't see that coming. I thought she was talking to someone else from Brownfield. So I was like, do what you.
What do you mean you didn't see it coming? What did you not see coming?
That new guy, I didn't. Because she was talking to another guy. His name was Sergio. From Brownfield also. And I was like, well, I thought they were together. I thought it was her boyfriend. But I don't know what's the deal. I guess she was trying to be a playboy, I guess. I don't know what she was trying to do. And then he pops up. And, okay. I didn't know him too. I didn't notice him until like a week ago. Maybe. About a week.
Do you know what he drives, or?
I think he drives a Mercedes around there.
And when's the last time that you spoke to her face to face?
I haven't spoken to her. I don't know, like all the way at baseball practice. My daughter had baseball practice all day. I seen her, but she didn't talk to me.
Was it this week, or?
I think it was last week.
So the last
That's
time.
when I found out that guy she was with. And like when she gets with guys and calls them boyfriend, she won't talk to me. She won't ignore me. And, which is fine because we really.
Because he's not your girlfriend?
Yeah, and I was like, it's all good. I ain't worried about it. Just as long as he doesn't hurt my kids.
So why do you think he started threatening you? You said you started.
I told him. I told him, I was like, don't hurt my kids. Just take care of them. don't hurt them. That's all I ask you to do. Then he goes off.
Was he living at that house where with Jennifer? Or
No,
Dad's
like,
house?
but it's only been, I don't know, a few days. I didn't know him. I didn't see that. I just seen like a profile pic of her, and I'm like, okay. I thought she was actually with another guy. So I'm like, and I messaged her, I was like, man, just tell him the dang kids. And yeah, I might have said something kind of rude, but not threatening. Then that's when he threatens me with the Anina, I guess they call it nowadays.
What is that?
Anina, a 9.
Okay.
So I was like, well, you didn't have to go all there, man, but I got guns too, but I was like, trying to scare him off.
Did you ever talk to him face to face?
I've never seen him. Nothing. I really don't know him. I know he's from Banfa. And my brother told me about him. He said, yeah, he owes a lot of people money. I guess he snitched out a lot of people. And he was saying all kinds of stuff. I was like, man, I hope nothing happens to them, to my kids, because I know how that is when you're a drug dealer and you snitch people out. Shoot, man, they'll put a hit on you or whatever, And my brother used to be a drug dealer. I told Jen, I was like, I didn't get a chance to tell her any of that because my brother had told me at the last minute. But I didn't want to argue with her. I was like, as long as don't hurt the kids, man. Don't get them away from all that. Whatever he does, and y'all do, don't do it with my kids.
When's the last time you've been to the house there on 44th Street?
I went there Thursday. Remember when I was telling you I had
You
to go
looked at the car?
Yeah, because she had, I don't know if she texted me or called me. I think she called me. She's like, well, oh man, I don't know what she told me. She told me something else, and she's like, well, you need to come get your car because they're going to give me a fine if you don't move it. And I think because the tarp was already blown off because of the wind and the rain. I was like, okay, I'll try to get it out by this weekend. That's what I told her. And we're going back and forth. We're just talking crap to each other. I'm like, man, just stop already. I'll go get my car. And I apologized to her. I was like, I'm sorry, whatever I said. I'm sorry. And I'll just leave it like that. I'll go get my car. And I went right when I got my kids from school. I think it was Thursday when I went, yeah. Because I went there, I grabbed I moved my hood to my car, and I grabbed my, I had a, what is that thing called?
Jack?
The jack. I picked up the jack. That's all I could get because it wouldn't fit in the car. So I went through the back. I just went through the back gate, and man, it was all jacked up. I kind of just moved it.
The gate was jacked up?
Yeah.
What did it look like?
It was in bad shape. I put it up. And we used to have a pit bull, and it tore it all the bottom. I made it bigger when I was staying there so I can move my cars in there because I wanted to build a shop. It kind of felt like went this way. It was bad shape. So I kind of just had to open it more because it was a big old tarp that I had to pull out. It was about this wide. So I kind of messed it up a little bit more. But it had a log in front of it too.
So that was the last time you were near the house?
Did you ever go into the house on that day? Did you notice any damage to the house on that day that that was strange to you, or?
Not that she has an alarm on
Okay.
So I don't know.
Does the alarm work? Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
And what kind of an alarm system is it? Is it surveillance?
No,
or
it's just a basic. Basic, you type it in.
would the
You still have
alarm
the code?
No, she changed everything.
the alarm go off if you entered the house through a door, through a window?
Yeah. I believe so.
What kind of company is it?
ATD.
A
I'm gonna step
ADT?
ADT.
ADT?
That's
Okay.
Sometimes Jennifer's real forgetful. She would just like, man, she'll leave the window and doors open, and like the front window, you can go through the front window.
It's unlocked or
No, it's like it's one of the old school doors. You know, the windows where it slides out and it has like a little lock there. You can go through that dang thing. I was like, you need to fix that. I was like, anybody can come in here. Or y'all asleep. So I never got that fixed because I couldn't never find the piece to. I really didn't. I should have tried more to try to get that piece, but I never really did. I was too busy trying to paint the house and make it look nice. And I was building a deck, a patio deck in the back. And I just, it wasn't even in my head, didn't even think of it.
so when the police got over there this morning and SWAT's sitting out there and SWAT took you out of your house, what did you think? Because that is not a normal occurrence.
I've had that done before.
You have? And
When I got
what happened when you were taken out of your house by SWAT the last time? Why did they have to do that?
when my brother got busted.
Okay.
Yeah. Man, I really.
So what was your thought this time?
Drugs again.
Okay.
I heard Jennifer thought I was a drug dealer.
Okay.
I was like, I'm not selling no drugs, man.
Why did she think you were?
Because everybody, some guy named, I don't know his name, but he's like, she invited me a while back to her house. I was like, what's going on? I was like, what are you doing? She was questioning me like, what are you talking about? I heard you were selling drugs. I was like, selling drugs? I mean, that's what I went to jail the first time. My brother's in prison for years for that. Why would I do something like that? I told her, I was like, you know I work hard. She's like, I heard different. It's like, I heard you're selling drugs for Rex.
Which brother is in the penitentiary for drugs?
My brother Michael.
Okay. Is he older or younger than you are?
He's older.
Okay. So you believe that it was probably a drug-related thing that Jennifer had called into the police, and that's why the SWAT guys were there and had asked you to come out of the home.
Yes, man, it scared the hell out of me.
Now, in talking about, you said his name is Bo, is that correct? And we talked about him for just a little bit. You said he'd actually sent you some messages on Facebook. You guys had messaged back and forth. Would you be able to actually show us that particular, all those messages
I know
that you guys went through with each other?
the first messages I deleted, and then I was like, man, you know what? I deleted them. Then Thursday, he texted me again. I'm like, this guy. And the first message is like, why are you trying to request my mom on Facebook? He's like, if you need to know something about me, you need to come to my face. Stop being a female about it. And that upset me.
Okay. That was Thursday.
That was Thursday, and we're going back and forth, and
So when you say you go back and forth, what did he says? Come to my face. What do you tell him? Do you remember? You say, you know, yeah, I'll meet you somewhere, or I don't need to do that, or
I really don't remember what I told him, but he's like, man, I was talking so much crap.
yeah,
You know, I was like, I don't want Jennifer. I was like, you can have her, and I was disrespecting her.
And when you say disrespecting her, how were you disrespecting her?
Like I don't want her, and this is wrong with her, and this is what's wrong with her about this, and I got something better. I got my girlfriend. I got me something, and it was so much. I was so upset because I'm trying to wash cars, and this guy's over here texting me about something I don't know. I'm like, who's your mother? And he never asked me. He never answered me. And that's when I told you, I called Jen, and she was like, what? So you need to stop requesting his mom. I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like, who is his mom? I was like, I don't know who his mom is. I was like, why are y'all acting like this? I was like, you can have him. I was like, we've been split up for I don't know how long. I thought you were with someone else. What are you doing? Whose is it? Which one is it? And she just hung up on me.
So was there a feeling during the last month, since you guys have been having sex and kind of hooking up, that maybe that you guys could get back together and repair it?
Hey man, there's so much damage there.
You think it was beyond repair?
I hurt her so bad.
Y'all were just having sex and that was about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And shoot.
You said you hurt her real bad. Was that when you left her, or?
Yeah, I left her.
Because she stayed with you when you cheated on her.
Yeah, she did. She would leave like for a week or two and come back. Not months, like these 2 past times.
Let me ask you this: when you said you didn't have didn't have your Glock at your house, right? When is the last time you fired a weapon, like a gun like that, or your shotgun, any kind of?
I've never shot my shotgun before. I shot that Glock when I was taking the test for Loomis.
So it's been a while since. So right now you haven't shot a gun in the last 24 hours.
No.
No. We have a test since that we need to do on your hand, and that will just show if you fired a gun. Okay. We'll do that right now if you don't mind. We'll go get someone that way. Just stay right there. They'll come to you.
Thank you for coming down here and talking to us. I'm not sure how familiar you are with investigations. There's a ton of stories on TV, but basically when you have a deceased person like Jennifer in this case, she's in the middle, right? And then we work closest and we eventually will work out. Okay? You're probably the closest person to her that we could identify the quickest. Okay? So that's why you're here. We're trying to get every last bit of information that we possibly can that can lead us to who would do this. Okay? So, doing a test on your hands is great for us, because the faster that we can move off of anybody, the faster we can go and move on to another person. Do you understand what I'm saying? What we're actually trying to do is exclude as many people as we can, because at the end of that time period, the only people left, or the only person left, we won't have any choice but to include them. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, we talked to you, we asked you questions, we want to know, where were you at during these times? Tell us about your movements. Tell us about people that can verify information. We do all that so we can gather all that information and exclude you from the equation and move on. Okay? So, if you have any questions, you can ask. I don't know about how much information that Detective Pena can release at this time, because it's an active investigation. It's only hours old. Okay? But everything that she does ask you or anything that I happen to ask you, please just be as honest and forthright as you can and detail-oriented as you can. Okay, I know it's a big shock to find out what happened, but the more information and details that you can give us, the better, because that's going to help us narrow down the field of who may be responsible for this, okay?
Okay. This is Detective Lindley.
Go.
Zach,
Hey, what's up?
burning the midnight oil.
Yes. How about you?
Burning the midnight oil.
Midnight oil?
Yeah.
I think we all are.
Okay. Let's see. It's a non-invasive collection. All I'm gonna do is be rubbing this on your hand. It will detect even the minute amount of residue left over from the firing of a handgun. So, any questions at all? Okay,
Thanks, Jeff.
no problem.
Mr. Carrillo, you said that, and I think I remember, but when we were bringing you up here, you'd actually injured your leg. That's why we couldn't come up the stairs. We went up the elevators. Am I remembering correctly? Okay, tell me about your leg. What was the deal? Was your leg hurt, or was it that the officer just didn't want you coming up here, up the stairs, and you tripped and stuff?
No, I almost tripped, but I'm good. My shoulder hurts though.
Okay, all right. And I mean, is your shoulder? When did that all start?
Just
your
now.
shoulder pain. Okay.
Yeah. I've had bad shoulders, but it's been a while. But the way
With the flex cuffs on.
yeah, I was
Okay.
like this, and it started hurting the truck.
Okay. Now, did they bring you out in? Just in your shower or your flip flops there?
Yeah, well, because I was walking and I almost slipped, but
Okay.
no, I'm good.
Now this Bo fella, how long? You said you've only known that he's actually been around probably a week. Is that right? To your best recollection?
That's it.
What kind? Were you able to get any kind of information from Jennifer about him? Like
Jennifer hasn't talked to me.
how? Who knew about him?
No one knows.
Did he just kind of come out of nowhere?
Yeah, just like them, and
Okay.
I'm like, okay, thought you were talking to what's his face, Brownfield. Okay.
And do you know this other guy that she was talking to from Brownfield?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Does she know anybody else named David? Does she have any other guys that she hangs around with named David, or that she has any connections with or anything? Or are you pretty much it?
I guess.
Okay.
I know she would be with a lot of guys. I've talked to a lot of guys, but not that. I really don't know.
Okay. And you made sure that you had secured that 40 in a place where, as long as, I mean, for any practical purpose, she probably didn't know where that gun would be at, unless she went through that whole entire house.
Well, because she was, when they would come clean it,
Yeah.
or not come clean it, she would have to clean the whole house so they can come look at it.
Okay.
So it's like,
Was it in a Glock brand case? Says Glock
brand
on
new.
it. Okay.
Yeah, it's brand new. I wanted shot it testing,
Okay.
do the test.
And what was that? Do you remember how many rounds you put through it for your test?
I don't know, we went through, I can't remember.
Okay. Did you clean the weapon after you shot that weapon? Do you remember? Okay.
We took it apart, and
Okay.
he would show us, okay, this is how you take it apart and put it back together. But I done already forgot.
Okay. And it's a .40 caliber weapon. What kind of ammunition did you have to carry for your job? Did you carry
I'm not too sure.
Was it hollow point ammunition or just a full metal jacket? The standard.
The standard.
Okay.
Yeah, the standard.
Okay. Did you buy it or did they give you everything?
I've only bought it. I bought it one time and I just bought a little case. I'm not really into guns.
Okay.
I'm not really
Okay.
an ammunition type.
Whenever you secured that weapon, you did put it back in its case. Do you remember if the magazine was in the weapon or out of the weapon when it was in the case?
It feels what?
The magazine?
Oh,
You know?
yeah, it was
Yeah.
out.
Was it like this or was it out of the weapon
It was
itself?
out. I
It was
think it
out
was
of the
out.
weapon?
Yeah.
Okay. Was the magazine loaded with ammunition in it?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. Did you happen to keep a box of the ammunition close to the weapon? Okay, so the weapon, in effect, it wasn't a threat to anybody because it didn't have ammunition close to it. It wasn't loaded. The magazine was out of the weapon itself. Was the weapon still together or had you broken it down?
No, that's
Still together? Okay. Did you have to purchase that weapon
Yeah.
yourself?
I had to purchase it and they let me borrow the money. And-
From the company?
Yeah, and we
Okay.
just pay it.
Where did you buy it from?
I bought it from that gun shop on 34.
Okay. Do you remember when you purchased it?
Years.
It's been years? Okay.
Would you give us consent to search your vehicles and your residence and search your phone? That's so we can confirm your statement. Will you do that for us? Okay. Let me get all this filled out.
On all the vehicles, right?
Yeah, well, you own two, right?
Yeah.
You own two. And
Well, the Dodge, the truck,
is there another vehicle there on the scene on 100th Street? What other?
purple truck.
The purple truck?
Yeah, I don't drive it. but-
Okay. So
I've had carried some hollow points though before.
Okay.
I don't know if I have one magazine that has them, but
Would it be in Jennifer's place or would it be at your
it'd
place?
probably be at my place.
Okay. And is it for the pistol?
Yeah.
Is it for the .40?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had like 3 magazines or 4 magazines, and I had them with me, but I never had my gun.
Okay.
I might have one in the truck, my
And,
black one.
The Cadillac?
Yeah.
That's an Escalade, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I might have one in there, but
Okay. If there was one in there, what do you think it would be? What kind of a weapon is it going to be?
just the magazine.
Oh, just a magazine.
Yeah, just a
I
magazine.
got you. Okay.
I
just
think
a
that
magazine.
one, a friend gave me that one years ago, and he's like, "Man, here's these hollow points." I'm like, "Use them." And I was like, "No, we have to use those just the standard." So I was like,
Okay.
I'll hold on to it though. I had about 3 or 4 man. I think I was only down to 1 magazine because it came with like 3 or 4 when I bought the gun. 3 maybe. And a friend's like, "Man, here's another magazine in case you want to go shooting." And I have some rounds in it.
Okay.
Some hollow points. I think they're hollow points. I'm not too sure. But man, they're old. They're like when I used to work for Loomis.
Yeah. How long ago did you work at Loomis?
Man, it's been 4 years, 3 years.
Okay. And why did you quit Loomis and go? I believe you said you went to Brandon and Clark or
No,
you go to
no.
Oldfield.
I went to Aqua One, then I went to the Oldfield.
Okay.
From Brandon and Clark, I went to Loomis and from Loomis, Aqua One, Oldfield, back to Aqua One, or
Okay.
back to Brandon and Clark.
And what happened when you quit Loomis? Why did you stop working there? Do you remember?
Man, that job was so damn stressful.
What was the most stressful about it?
Being in the truck with no AC,
Okay.
and those armor trucks with a vest.
Yeah. So you were the driver, I guess?
No, we would rotate.
Okay. So so that nobody could pick up on a pattern, I'm assuming, whenever you did your
No.
drops and stuff
To train.
to train?
Yeah, they'll just throw you out there. Yeah, I didn't like it. I did it for like 2.5 years.
Sorry, I've got to run all these tags so I can put it in your consent.
So you and Jennifer had pretty much made peace with the fact that y'all had both moved on
Yeah.
with your life.
Yeah, we just kind of. I got with this girl here not too long ago. I've known her, but that's about it. I really don't. I've known her for a few years when I used to work for Loomis.
The girl from Odessa?
Yeah, I would drive to Odessa. And we kind of hooked up on Facebook. And she was
Okay.
on last week.
And she knew about that?
What was that?
Jennifer knew about this girl that from Odessa? She didn't? Okay.
She didn't care. She didn't care what I did.
She didn't care at all? Spell Carrillo for me, please.
CARRILLO.
There's 2 R's and 2 L's, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have your phone with you right now? Okay. Tell me, what kind of telephone is it?
It's a Note 4.
A Note 4? Samsung make that? Okay.
Is that a 4-door, your truck?
And who is your cell phone company?
Sprint.
Sprint? Okay. How long have you been with Sprint?
For like a little over 2 years.
What's your phone number home?
6. I just got that phone like 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Do you have a particular security lock code on it?
14296.
14. And describe it for me. Do you have any kind of particular armor on it? Does it have a
And it's just
body glove case, anything like that?
it's just got the otter box.
Otter box on it? What color is the otter box? Black? Okay. Is it a flip phone, slide phone, or smartphone?
Smartphone.
Okay.
Let me see if we have that license plate for the truck inside the garage. We did get that one, right? We don't have that one.
No, not inside the garage.
Let me see if I can get a tag number while you're finishing that up.
What color is the cell phone itself?
Black.
Black? Okay. Is there any damage on the phone?
I don't think so.
Your screen's intact,
Yeah.
all the buttons are intact, stuff like that? Does it have anything that is particular about it? Do you have any logos on it? Is your OtterBox a certain like
It's
a...
just black, and my kids are on the front screen.
Okay. During the time that you guys have been separated, Has there ever been a point at which the kiddos made any outcries to you or said anything to you to where you had become concerned about their welfare while they were at mom's place?
No.
No? Okay. So
My son's just still a little kid. Just
Okay.
My daughter. I think my daughter's still kind of hurt from that.
Okay. So you don't have any concerns about your kiddos being with mom or anything like
Mom's
that?
a real good mom.
Okay. Well, being with Jennifer,
Oh yeah, Jennifer.
there was
That
no
I know.
concern on your part.
Not that I know of.
Okay.
She was pretty good.
And the past week or so, was there anything that popped up on your radar to where you had any immediate concern for your children being around Mr. I believe it's Bo Martinez?
Like I said, all I know he was a drug dealer. I just barely found this out yesterday or the day before.
Okay.
Who did you find that out from?
My brother had told me. Yeah.
How did it come up?
No, I asked him. I was like, "Do you know this guy?" Because he's from Brownfield. He's like, "Yeah, I was locked up with him." He's like, "I guess he ratted out all these people and they sent him to prison." So and then I was like, "Man, other than that, I don't really know him." So I was like, "Okay, I'm just making sure if anybody knew." Because he just came out of the blue, and I'm like, "Man, who's this guy?" And that's when I messaged him. I was like, "Man, just don't hurt my kids. You know?
David.
Whatever you do, sell drugs, don't do it around my kids." You know?
I'm going to ask you something, David, and you need to be totally honest with me. You know, we started working this case at 3 a.m, okay? And there was a 911 call. And in that 911 call, she says you're at her house, okay? That needs to be explained by you. That's why I asked you so specifically, when was the last time you've been there? Because in the 911 call, she's calling your name. It's saying put the gun down. And it's all recorded. You know, you've been very cooperative with us. But right now is the time that you need to tell the truth. You know, what happened. And Bo's also dead. You know that. Okay? It wasn't a drug deal. It wasn't anything else. David, you were there. Okay? Now, as to why you were there, that's what you have to explain. I went back and listened to that 911 call, and she's saying, David, put the gun down. David, it's not worth it. I listened to it. It's all recorded. And it's not worth it over the relationship. You don't want me no more. All that's on. It's all recorded. So we know that you were there. Now, David, it's time for you to tell us what really happened. You know, I've been up front with you, you know, from the beginning. I said we need to talk to you about her. What happened, David?
He threatened me.
Okay. And tell me what happened at 3 a.m. when we got that 911 call. Tell me from the beginning to the end what happened. Just in your words. This is your story to tell, you know. Which vehicle were you in when you went over there?
Dodge.
The Dodge. And where was Jennifer when you got there?
In the room.
Which room?
Her room.
Okay. Where was Bo?
There.
And then what happened?
An escalator.
Where did you have the gun? Did you get it? Did you take it with you?
Yeah.
Where's the gun right now?
It's by that old CVS. On the lip. In the trees.
And where?
By the trees.
By the trees?
By the trees. Tom Street Place.
Tom Street. Oh, okay, off of Marshall Sharp Freeway. It's that abandoned building right next to Tom Street Place. What side of the building, partner? Is it closest to Marshall Sharp or closest to 34?
Marshall Sharp.
Okay. Is there anything else with that gun? Do you have, is the magazine with it?
I think so.
Okay.
Where's your clothing that you were wearing? Were you wearing these clothing or something else?
I was wearing that.
So where about would the gun be if I need to, we need to go get it so no kids or no one gets it, okay? Where would we, if we wanted to go straight to that gun, is it inside the building? Is
No,
it
it's just stashed behind the trees. Where the gate's at, there's a gate, there's some trees where it ends before it first starts.
You say a gate?
I think there's a gate, driveway, there's a gate, there's trees, and it's right there.
Is the magazine with it?
I think so.
I appreciate your honesty. I mean, I really do. I mean, it's very, I saw it on your face, you know, but describe, you see them in the house, you're inside the room. Did you go in the bedroom? Okay. And then you said it escalated. Tell me what happened in your words.
He came at me.
How did he come at you?
He got up and just came. So, shot.
And what did Jennifer do?
Same thing.
So why'd you go to the house?
I was gonna confront him. Why is he threatening me?
How far were you from Bo when you shot him? Do you remember?
Not far, 5 feet away.
Do you remember where he was shot at?
I'm scared.
You were scared? How about Jennifer? Do you know how many times you shot her?
I don't know. That's scared.
So after you shot both of them, was there anyone else in the house? Anybody else with you? Does your friend know? Does she know what happened? Did you tell anyone?
No. I wasn't supposed to happen that way.
And a lot of times when this happens, you know, do you remember their words? Any other words that they said to you? Did y'all have any kind of conversation before you got there? Had you called her, called him? Had you texted? Any conversations between you and them? Well, I'm gonna go tell them where to locate the gun, okay? That way no one gets hurt with it. And I'll be right back, okay? Will you still give us consent for your residence in your cars? It's up to you. Yeah. We'll come back and talk, okay?
these threats been going on for the whole week? Were they escalating? What was the last threat he ever made to you? David, do you remember?
Thursday.
Okay. And what was it? What was it that caused you to go into this kind of mode, this defensive mode, that you felt you needed to confront him?
Do you go to the bathroom or anything? Need some water? Want some water?
Did he make a threat against you directly, David? What was it, do you remember?
He said, just make sure you don't get hit with my Nina. So you better cowboy up.
You don't get hit with my Nina, you better cowboy up. And what does that mean to you, sir?
It means he was, once he sees me, he's going to shoot me.
Okay. You had told us that you had your Glock 40 in that house, and we've gone over that extensively, but we now know that there's a good chance that you had it all the time. Is that correct?
No.
When did you,
I've had it for a few months.
Okay. Is that the same weapon that you used? Okay. How did you enter the home? Do you remember?
A window.
A window? Okay. Is that the same window you told me about?
No, there's another window.
Okay. And when you entered the window, how did you open the window to enter the residence?
It just pushed up.
Okay. Did you do anything to try to prevent yourself from leaving a fingerprint or any trace of yourself, or was that a concern at the time?
When it escalated, yeah.
Okay. So your intention on going over there was to what, sir?
Just to scare him.
Okay. Do you have the weapon on your person, on you? Okay. When you entered the home, how far did you have to go before you made contact with Jennifer and Bo?
Far.
Okay. Who made contact first, you or them?
He did.
He did? Okay. Did he come out of the bedroom?
Yeah.
Okay. Was there?
Well, I went into the bedroom and he got up real fast and
Just happened that quick?
Well,
Were they laying in bed or were they?
yeah, they're laying in bed, I guess.
What was he wearing? Do you remember? Did he have a weapon at the time?
I'm not too sure.
Okay. Did you, as soon as you saw him, did you just go ahead and shoot at him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What happened when you saw him?
I was telling him, I was like, why you threatening me and this and that.
Did you see when she called 911? Did you tell she was calling 911?
Yeah, but I didn't. She said it wasn't activated.
Why did you shoot her?
I don't know. Mine went blank.
Okay.
Mine went blank.
Had there been anyone that you talked to that you said you were going to do this or go confront them that could say that he was just going to go talk to them? Did you talk to anyone about that? Did you tell your brother, I'm going to go talk to him?
Yeah. No, I just told my brother he's threatening me.
You said you were talking to Prieto, or what's his name, Nieto?
Yeah.
Did you talk to him about anything that was going on? That he, you know, so you told your brother he'd been threatening you. Did you tell anybody else? And you didn't talk to her at all that day? You didn't talk to Jennifer at all? And you said it was the old CVS over there by Slide. He says about some trees. Did you go by yourself when you dropped that off, or? Do you remember were they both shot in the bedroom, or were they shot in the living room or another room? No. There was evidence that the back door had been kicked in. Do you remember? Do you remember how you got in, or did you really get it through? So had there been damage to that door before? Which window did you go in? Did you already explain which window?
You said a back window.
Where did that window lead to? The room they slept in? No, a different room. How did you, was it window unlocked, or was it? So you just slid it open and entered? Do you remember where you had the gun on you?
I don't know.
Like, were you carrying it in? You said you were wearing these same clothes?
Pants.
Pants? Where are the pants at right now? In your vehicle, in your red car?
How did you leave the residence?
Back door.
Did you go through the back gate?
Where did you park when you got there?
Other side of the street.
On the side, would it been on
45th.
45th? And you walked up? What made you decide to do that tonight, to go there tonight to confront her?
Thoughts in my head, just sometimes it's just I don't know if I need help, or I don't know if I'm bipolar or what. She was always telling me if I'm bipolar. You're always bipolar, always acting crazy. Not acting crazy, but just flip out.
Had you ever hurt anyone before? Never? Well, they're gonna call me as soon as if we need to. Would you show us where that gun is? If we need to transport you there, to show us exactly where it is. Would you do that for us? I think that you think they can find it pretty easily with the information you gave us.
Just look at the trees.
I'm sorry. Just by the trees.
Just not the trees. In the back. It's kind of buried.
You know, it takes a lot to explain what happened. A lot of times people get scared even when they talk to us. I appreciate you talking to us, and that we can bring closure, because, you know, your children are going to need some help from this, okay? They're going to need some closure. And the first thing that you did is you took that step today, okay? I know it's hard, and I know that it takes a very big person to be able to sit here and admit to. A lot of people won't stand up for what happened, you know. But the ones we're concerned about too is, you know, right now your children are finding out that their mom is gone. And
That's not
yes, sir. You know, and we want to, concentrate on them and do what's best for them, and today, you brought some closure for them to be able to heal a little bit and start healing. It's a long process though, and I know you love your children. You've done a lot for your children. You explained that to us. But, they're going to have to deal with the aftermath of this, okay? We'll get them some counseling and make sure that they're taken care of too, okay? Do you have any questions for us, Jenny?
At what point did you decide tonight that you needed to go over to the house?
Same thing.
Okay. We talked pretty extensively about you going to your mom's house, y'all eating dinner, you made a couple of phone calls from there, you drove around the South Loop because you were under stress. Is all of that information true? Okay. You said that you drove around till about 11:30 or so, you returned to your house. Did you in fact go back to your house about 11:30 or midnight, or, okay. At what point did you leave your residence to travel to Jennifer's house?
What?
When did you leave your house to go to Jennifer's? Do you remember?
Did you just drive straight from your house there? Or did you, drive around, sit in your car for a little bit thinking about what you were doing? You just went straight. You don't remember. You said you were wearing some pants. You said they were in a suitcase. Was there any other clothing that you were wearing? What kind of shoes were you wearing? Sorry,
No,
I forgot to ask.
It's regular shoes.
When you say regular shoes, what did they look like?
Black polo.
I'm sorry, black polo? Are they in your suitcase also? Are they in your room or in your house?
No, I think they're.
In your
No,
room?
no, no. Well, can I talk to my mom?
Oh, it's not. What's her name? You don't know it? I can figure out what her number
I
is.
see, Mickey.
Let me end our interview, okay?
Because I got that truck. It's that purple truck is supposed to be my son.
Detective, yeah. Yes. I am. I'm in an interview right now. Can you call Lieutenant White? Okay. Okay, I will have someone. Do you have some information? Okay, we'll get that in a little bit. Okay, bye-bye.
Which purple truck is it, David?
It's mine.
Is it the one at your house?
What I'm going to do, is there anything else that you can think of that you need to tell us today that I didn't ask you? Because this is your statement, okay? Is there anything that, before we end your recording, that you'd like to add to your statement? No? Okay. Did you have your cell phone with you when you went over there? Okay. Do you have any other questions before?
I'm just curious, what made you decide to tell us the truth this morning?
I'm a pretty honest man. I don't like to lie.
On that note, I have to ask you to swear to your statement. Is everything you told me today the truth?
Besides what I lied to you about.
Yes, sir. You understand that if you swear to the statement, that's not true, and we've already confirmed the information that you said wasn't true, the omissions and that. Is everything you told me today the truth? Up to the point that, that we discovered the truth. With that being said, I'm going to end your statement. And it is 10:05 hours.